Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Without further ado, let's jump right into this video. In this video, I'm going to talk about how my life has changed since becoming a mom. Let's talk about the most obvious one, my physical self, my body. Even when I was pregnant, I had this very unrealistic way of thinking. I thought by 3 or 4 months after having a baby, I'll be back to my pre-pregnancy weight and in my pre-pregnancy clothes. I know that happened for some people, but it definitely didn't happen for me. I was up 40 pounds by the end of my pregnancy. And since I've given birth to now, I've only lost about 20 pounds. And that's without exercise and dieting. 3 months later, and I'm only now physically and mentally ready to start my weight loss journey. Since becoming a mom, I'm no longer interested in numbers on a scale. I'm more interested in becoming a healthier me. I use the scale though as a form of motivation. Another thing when it came to my physical self, my body, is stretch marks. I'm sure a lot of mamas can relate. Throughout my whole pregnancy, I used all kind of body butters, bio oil all over my entire body. And I went till 28 weeks and I didn't have a single stretch mark. I was like, yes, I am one of the lucky ones. Until a couple of days later, and they started popping up everywhere. And I mean everywhere. I know that it will eventually get lighter, but even if they don't, every time I look at my daughter, I remind myself that it's totally worth it. I will sport those stretch marks proudly. Another thing that I was not expecting is the emotions. Oh my god, I was not expecting to be so emotional because I was never really an emotional person. Before I was pregnant, if I saw or heard anything that was really sad, I would just acknowledge that it was sad and move right along. But now, oh my goodness, I would be bawling my eyes out. I can no longer watch a movie without tearing up. Even the love scenes get me going. At first, I would just blame it on hormones, but 3 months later, I could no longer use that excuse. I even start crying sometimes in the middle of reading my daughter her bedtime story. Sometimes I'm in the middle of a full-on bawl, and I have to ask myself, why are you even crying? Yeah, I know guys, I've been an emotional mess. As we're on this topic, I'd like to take this time to say, postpartum depression is very common in women after the first few months of giving birth. So if you have any type of negative thoughts at all, please talk to your healthcare provider. And I would also like to say that I'm not a doctor. I don't have any medical background at all. My videos are just based on my experience thus far and what have worked for me. So please do your research. And what I would say too, the minute you become a mom, the way you think change. You no longer think about here and now. You mostly think about the future and what the future will look like for you and your family. And I would say my biggest fear was losing myself, but what I very quickly realized was it wasn't about losing myself, but getting to know this new version of me. Because the reality is, what used to matter to you probably wouldn't matter as much anymore. You think differently, you do things differently. What I would suggest is to find something that you really enjoy doing and put aside time to do it. That will really help with overcoming being overwhelmed with becoming a new mom. The next thing that really changed for me is my sense of time. I can't believe how much time has gone so fast. Time is just flying by. Even the day-to-day of it, I would be rocking my daughter to sleep, and before I know it, 2 hours have passed. Like, where did the time go? I remember my very first appointment with baby, meaning this is the first time I had to put her in the car seat and travel somewhere with her. I remember saying to my fiance, we should leave earlier just because we're not sure what's gonna happen. We don't know if we're gonna have to stop and change her or if she's gonna be hungry before we get into the appointment, so we should leave a half an hour early. I remember saying this. And we were all ready to go. I was ready, my fiance was ready, I had the baby ready, and we was about to put her in the car seat. And then we realized the car seat straps was twisted. For some reason, we didn't realize that before when we brought her home from the hospital. So he had to undo all the straps and fix the straps. And just bear in mind, this is the first time really dealing with the car seats ourselves. It was so frustrating. We had to figure out how to fix this car seat straps. Anyway, eventually we did, and we had her all buckled in, ready to go, and guess what? She pooped. So we had to take her out again, get her all cleaned up, and by the time we got to the appointment, we was just barely on time. Like, we was right to the second on time. So, tip, if you gotta go anywhere, make sure you have a lot of time for incidents like these. So now let's do a recap on my week. I had an amazing week. The weather here has been amazing. I must say, for early fall, it's been a really good weather. So I did get my exercise done. I did do a few workouts and I got my walking in, but I'm gonna do a separate video to show you how I do my workout with the baby. And I'm also gonna do a separate video for my self-care routine. So look out for that. I must say I didn't lose a whole bunch of weight this week, which is fine, because remember, we're not looking at the scale. We are more interested in the way we feel, and I feel great. The fresh air when going for a walk just helps me to clear my mind and puts me in a good frame of mind. I must say I feel better, and I would definitely recommend going for a walk, you and the baby, or even by yourself. Hand over your baby to the hubby and go for a stroll. The fresh air does wonders. If you enjoyed my content, don't forget to give my video a thumbs up. But that's all for now, you guys. Until next time, see ya. Bye.